Dozer, when you're done, bring the ship up to broadcast depth.
All right. How's everybody doing today? The Truckers coach, Jason Pope, is really angry at the trolls. And I am the troll. I am the troll. In fact, I am amino mofo negro troll. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I gotta finish doing this math. I actually had to do some of my own math because I'm on this heavy load, and I wanted to make sure that I was good to go going over scales, and it should be. So I actually had to do some real math, but we're gonna go over some of this Kentucky math real quick. Let me pull these numbers back up. But I can handle it. I can handle it. Um, it's just hard to. You have better ability to do certain things than I do. Yes, I am me. I am the meanie. I am the meanest troll ever. I did some math, some Kentucky math. There's my scale ticket, and it's just gross. So I had to, so I had to figure out some stuff. But we got the Jason Pope. We got the truck. We got the. I'm gonna put out the link. Um, go ahead. We got the truck payment. That's $9.45 a week. Okay, so let me give you a quick backstory. There's a settlement going around. It is a little suspicious because it does have like different dates or whatever. But maybe somebody changed certain things to protect the innocent, right? Um, isn't that how Dragnet used to do it, right? So Jason Poe, the quote unquote fake settlement gave out a lot of information. So he said that he's getting $1.72 a mile. Don't quote him on that. He said also because he doesn't fucking know how much he's actually getting. He has absolutely no fucking clue. All right. So he has no clue what he is getting per mile. But he said $1.72. So we're gonna go with that. Now the coach just made his position a lot worse than that fake settlement ever could have. All right, so we're gonna give the coach 3,000 miles per week. Okay, so we have to divide the truck first. So 945 divided by 3,000 is 0.315. So that's 31 cents. 31 and a half cents gone off the rip. Okay, we're gonna say he gets 8 miles to the gallon. So we're gonna do 3,000 divided by 8. That's 375 times, let's call it 4.5. That's 1687.5. We're going to divide that now by 3,000. And we get 0.5625. So fuel for the truck alone. This is not the reefer. He's responsible for the reefer. Remember that. Okay. 5.5625. Okay, so we're already at fucking 80 cents. Okay, you got the maintenance at 10 cents a mile. So we got enough maintenance 10 cents. So 10 cents. All right, what are we at already? We're just gonna go with these numbers. 56, 31, that's 87, 97 cents gone from the 72. And that's not including everything else. We haven't even touched the APU. I'm not exactly sure what the APU is, right? But there is a fee for that. Okay. We're gonna call it another, let's say $250 for DEF and reefer fuel throughout the week. So we'll say $250. Should we do it by the 3,000 as well? I don't know how that would work, but you know that's another 8 cents. 0.0833. All right, so we're saying 250 on DEF, the reefer fuel. Yeah, that's per mile, Atlanta. That's per mile. Okay. So just on these things, the truck payment, the fuel, the maintenance costs that we are for certain. Let's add these numbers up. 0.08 plus 0.1 plus 0.5625 plus 0.315. We're at $1.0875. 108.75. 108.75. Oh yeah, we also have to add in the 1 cent IFTA, right? 1 cent IFTA. So we're at 109.75. Okay. Let's take his 1.72 a mile minus 109.75. Oops, I did that wrong. 1.0975. He's at 62 cents a mile. On those deductions alone, we're not talking about there's no, we got the cleaning fee, like the escrow, right? We got the microwave or whatever, the $100 to throw it in, the underglow, all these things. Oh yeah, depreciation, maybe so, maybe not. We'll leave it off. But if it's depreciation, you're down to 50 cents a mile, right? And we don't even know what the other deductions are, right? There's other deductions. These are not just the deductions. These are just the simple ones that we know. Well, we don't even know what the APU. We haven't even added the APU. If we were to put that cost in per mile, does anybody know the APU? What are you talking about? 8 times 8 miles per gallon. Why would it be 8 times 8? Doesn't make any sense. That makes absolutely no sense. We're saying he's doing 3,000 miles, right? Stay with me. I know Kentucky math is difficult. 3,000 miles, right? He's getting 8 miles to the gallon. 8 goes into 3,000. 3,000 divided by 8, 375 times. What did we say fuel was? What did we say fuel was? Times 4 point what? 4.2 or something like that? 1575. 1575 total. Now you get 8 miles to the gallon. Divided by 1575 divided by 3,000. That would be 52.5 cents. 52.5 cents per mile it costs to fuel the truck. Just the truck alone. Then we got to add in the 8 cents so we're at 60 cents total plus DEF, right? Plus DEF. So what is DEF typically a week? $100? So we're at like 65 cents right there. 65 cents a mile to fuel the damn truck on 3,000 miles. Then we add in our maintenance of 1 cent. APU is hang on, I just got some confirmation. 70 a week. So $70 divided by the 3,000 miles equals 0.0233, right? Wow. Then we got $100 for the first 25 weeks. So we're going to go 100 divided by 3,000. That is 0.033. Right? And the maintenance, we got the maintenance, we got the APU. Let me label this. APU, escrow, maintenance. Oh yeah, plus the truck. 31.5. Okay, so these are the basics. We got truck, fuel, maintenance, APU, escrow. These are the basics right here. Let's see what we got. Okay. These are the basics. Let's go. Let me make the calculator larger so I can actually type. So we got 0.315 plus 0.65 plus 0.1 plus 0.0233 plus 0.033. Right now we're at $1.1213 plus the 1 cent for IFTA. Remember that. So we're at $1.1313. So 1.72. Here we go. 1.72 minus 1.1313. 58. We're at 58 cents, people. 58.87. We're not even at a full 59 cents per mile on a 3,000 mile week. And Hurricane prides themselves on those miles. We're at 58 cents. Not to mention other costs that come up, right? emergency roadside fucking. Let me pull up my map. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I just wanted to pull up my map real quick. What's up, Sage? Hey, Sage, do you know any other deductions that come out? Um, that come out because we can add that in. We're at 58 cents take home for the coach as of right now, and that's just based on the truck, the fuel, the maintenance, the APU, and the escrow. He will get 3 cents added onto that, so that will be 61 cents at that. Microwave fee, yes, the microwave fee. You know, underglow, like the things he got added onto the truck, right? Yep, the IFTA he said was 1 cent. We added that. Does he have to pay insurance, or is that covered in the 945 a week? So, somebody else that has, I got to get rolling a little bit. So somebody else that has some mathematics capabilities, a little bit of smartness. We're doing Kentucky math here. Okay, right now, as it stands, Jason Pope, the 27-year trucking vet coach, to tell you what to do, is driving. Now let's just be real. We know there's deductions. We know there are more deductions than just those simple ones right there. Right? We uh Caden says that the deadhead miles pay the same. Caden Senior said that. I don't know if they pay less. I'm just saying recently that's what Caden Senior said. So I have to keep it real based on what everybody is saying or what the owners are now saying. Okay? There's two parts to this. It's not just that Jason Pope is running for 50 something miles a week, right? There's another. Let me pull over here so I can pull up the next part of this. This is where it gets fucking funny, right? We keep asking how come it's taking these truck drivers 6 years to pay off these trucks. Remember, it's 22 months, right? $2,000 a week guaranteed. That's interesting. Oh, I'm sure they don't pay real miles when we're just going by 3,000 miles. But let's do something real quick here. Let's do something real quick here. Let's share this information out, right? Okay, so we got the 58 cents, right? He did 3,000 miles, right? That is 1766.1. That is less than the $2,000 they give you. So let's say you do a perfect run, they give you the $2,000. So we're going to round that down to 1766. 2,000 minus 1766 is $234. $234 that you're actually behind of what they gave you. Interesting. 22 months is approximately 95 to 96 weeks. Okay? So now we're going to multiply this number here. Let's say you had a perfect 22 months. You didn't miss anything. You didn't do none of that shit. Perfect, right? Times 95. Right there, you're at $22,000. 22,230. In the hole, in the negative, behind if they gave you $2,000 every week. You're behind $22,000. You think they're going to let you keep the truck? Fuck no, you're not keeping the truck. You're not keeping the truck. No, you got to continue. You got to work that $22,000 off. There ain't gonna let you have that. In fact, the number is much higher. It's about 33,000 according to the calculations done earlier. But neither here nor there. And some of these trucks have a, what do they call it, a balloon. So now you're paying the 22,000 plus the 50,000. You're paying 72 more $1,000. That's why these drivers are stuck in these fucking trucks for 6.5 years. Because Hurricane, they're making so much money on you, they give you money. It's like an advance. You got to pay that shit back before you can get the title. So now what? You're in it for another 2 to 3 years. You did 22 months. Now you got 2 more years. You're at 48 months. But you also have to pay off the goddamn the balloon payment. So you're in it for another 4 years total. The truck fucking blows up. You're out of it. You know, whatever. You lost somehow along the way. Thank you for playing. It doesn't get much simpler than this. So Jason giving away that little bit of information based on the quote unquote fake settlement. The fake settlement made it. He made his situation worse by giving out a real number, a 172 a mile. That's what he's getting paid. But he has to pay all these deductions and all this other stuff. So he's really making about 50 to 58 cents per mile. And driving that cool ass truck. Now, is that bad? I don't know. It depends on what it is for you, right? Some people, that's good. I mean, the Russians pay about 65 to 75 cents per mile, but they don't have none of the headache. They don't have none of the worry. They're just company drivers. This is insane that you have a 27-year vet telling you to go work for 50 cents a fucking mile, and it could be less. We don't know what the actual deductions are. Do they charge for the plates? Do they charge for, you know, if you put the lights on? Are they charging for the underglow? Remember the underglow? You want these upgrades? You know, you got to go to the shop. You got hotel. They're gonna front you the money. You got to pay all these things. It is a fucking trap. And you know what? Hurricane should just come out and say, hey guys, we're going to pay you 55 cents a mile and you get to drive this cool fucking truck. And that, my friends, is on the aero cab. The other trucks is worse. The other trucks are worse. They get less fuel mileage, so you're paying, you know, more. Right? You're paying more. The payment itself is higher. We know that one has the depreciation. So it's another, you're making about 25 cents a mile. Could you imagine going to work somewhere for 20 something cents a mile? Now, if it was a clean $1.72 a mile, I forgot the what? I forgot the fuel filters, hoses. Look, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I'm just going with. Hang on a second here. I don't know why this is looking like this. I gotta check this out real quick. I gotta check this out because I didn't come that way. No, I'm not doing all that weird. Yeah, I'm going back the way I fucking came, bro. I'm not driving on through fucking Missouri and through the back roads. No, I'm going back the way I came. So, my bad. But I'm saying is that Coach is promoting a company that pays its drivers in the aero cabs about 58 cents per mile. And that's when they're giving you $1.72. They might give you $1.40 something, and you're making even less. What's up, baby? I can't even beep the horn. The horn didn't want to beep. I should scare the shit out of her. I'll save you. But for real, a 27-year trucking expert. He doesn't even know if that's how much he makes. But that's what he said. $1.72. He has no clue it's $1.62. And if it's $1.62, he's making 48 cents. He's making 48 cents. Now, hear me out. He might get a hell of a fuel discount. I can't imagine it being better than the prime discount at BLC. This guy left a company that was going to give him a truck in 18 months for a truck that he'll never get because he's always behind. And he doesn't even fucking realize that he's behind. Because they say, oh, yeah, you made $2,000. No, motherfucker. You made $1,700 and they just happen to give you $2,000. You are behind. And we know that the coach has only worked 14 days last month. He worked 14 days, people, in the truck. He drove the truck 14 fucking days. How do I know that? Well, we can do the math because we're not stupid. He got there on the 1st. He finished about the 3rd. Right? That's 3 days right there. Gone. Boom. He went to the shop to get the truck fucking turned on. They couldn't figure it out. When he came back from doing that run so he could run with the convoy, boom, missed another day. That's 4 days gone right there. He went home for 6 days. How do we know that? Because he fucking posted about it. He got home like Saturday or something, stayed out until fucking Friday, then got that stupid fucking load, right? Stupid load. Repower, he called it, right? So what is that? 5-6 days? We'll give him benefit of doubt. 5 fucking days. So we're at 4. That's 9 days. We know he took the whole fucking 4th of July weekend off, right? 4th of July weekend, he took that whole motherfucker off, right? Because he couldn't run with the APU. So he had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because he was down. Right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's another 3 days. We're at 12 days. Right? Then he had the fucking toothache. Then he had to get pulled. That took another 3 or 4 days. We'll give him 3 days. We're at 15 days in the whole month. This motherfucker took off. And we're not even talking about downtime. 15 days. Sitting on his ass. Doing nothing. That's where we're at, people. That's where we are at. So yeah, he got $1,700. That check is not fake, and he's so angry about it that somebody exposed this thing and just changed some of the information. Right? They changed some of the information to protect the innocent, which in this case is Jason Poe, but he put himself out there. Yeah, motherfucker, you make $1,700 if you fucking work, but you didn't fucking work, so we know you were fucking negative. Oh, the referrals are actually paid more if I got any. Yeah, they pay $600 the first day. It pays in increments. We know it. We know it. Coach, you're in the negative. You're always in the negative. Even when they give you the $2,000, you're like, oh, I made $2,000 this week. No, you made $1,700. on a 3,000 mile week. And we already did, you put out your fucking numbers. You did 432 miles per day. 432 miles per day. How do we know that? Because we can actually do math. If you take your full number that you did, divide it by 7, it was 432 miles. Just for that one. Yep. They deduct 300 per day. So he's always in the negative in Hurricane's eyes. Always. Can somebody do the math? Because I'm retarded, right? So 4 times 7 is what? 28. 32 times 7 is so he barely covered over 3,000 at that rate, and we don't even know. That was a 16-day average. We don't even know if he was hitting 3,000. We're just giving him the benefit of the doubt. We're being nice, right? Motherfucker got 2,800. So he's getting less. It's spending damn near the same. The guy is a fucking clown. Coach, you have been exposed. It's over. Promote all you want. Do what you don't feel it in your soul. You see your settlements. I've seen your settlements. I was just in Oklahoma. Maybe I know the settlement lady. You know? Maybe I went through and, cheated on Terry. I would never do that, but maybe I did. Okay? The trucker's coach is finished. That's what he's still commenting on. Nobody's even saying anything on the fuck. If you go to the trucker's coach Facebook post, he just about an hour, maybe 2 at this point, posted up another thing that was, they forgot to take fuel out. And somebody responded saying, they didn't take fuel out because you only drove 700 miles. You didn't even need the fuel. According to this, they weren't saying that it was real, or they're just saying according to that. They said some crazy shit. They also said they know he's been down out bad. I mean, coach has been out. He said it himself. I went home. Then I had a toothache. Then my APU went out, and I couldn't do nothing about it. I couldn't keep working. Because then I would have to idle the truck, and I wouldn't get my 8 miles to the gallon. So then I would get deducted, because there's a deduction for the miles per gallon as well. Don't forget that part. There's a deduction for that. We have the contract. There's a mileage deduction, not just the amount of miles that you do, it's the mileage. This is insane, folks. And don't forget, people, I know you can write things off in taxes, but you know what? Sometimes the tax man just want to send you a bill anyways. They don't give a fuck. Hey, They sent me an audit, and they're like, "Hey, you owe us this money." And you know what I'm doing? I'm paying it before I even start to fight it, because I can fight it anytime. They'll just refund me, right? Because I'm busy. I don't have time to go back and look at fucking 4 years ago. So I'm just paying it, and then I'll have my accountant, figure that out, right? Hit them with the extension, boom. Start paying on that old shit, boom. So I mean, they could do that anytime they want. So coach really needs those referrals. That's the only way he could be in the positive. All the other guys talking shit in the positive, DJ King, all Tyler. I don't know if I could be making that name up, right? All these weirdos. Those are company drivers for Hurricane. Those guys don't get deductions. They're company drivers. DJ King, with his 80 million subscribers, is a company driver. He's not renting, he's not leasing, he's not buying, he's a company driver. Flat out. Is he 1099? I don't fucking know. But I will tell you, he's not the same as Coach. DJ King is up here, way up here at Hurricane. He's their guy. He's their go-to because he's not fucking around on the internet. And I don't even know why he's associated with the coach. Coach just made him look bad. For a DEF, 250? Shit. Go put 15 fucking gallons in at a time on these reefer units. Go ahead. Go ahead. DEF's like $5 a gallon right now. Okay, cool. But you need that twice a week, maybe? Okay. Another $100 there? $150? Cool. Coach thinks that we're all stupid. He thinks you're all stupid. He thinks he's the smartest man in the room. And maybe we are all stupid just for even fucking entertaining this faggot. I mean, sorry. Right? Maybe. Maybe we're retarded. I know I'm a little retarded. You know what the sad thing is? We had a guy on here yesterday with his wife, and his wife is getting the money kept from her, right? She is making more money than the coach in retrospect of a ratio. Yeah. I mean, she only drives like 100 miles a day, and she's getting like fucking $1,000. She's making more than the coach, and she don't even know how to drive. Joey Eyeglasses, who's in the truck, taking shits, fucking around, swerving all over the road, gets paid more than the coach. A lot more. And he pays another person and pays off the truck. Joey's making like $2 a mile profit. The coach is getting outperformed badly. It's not like, okay, we're both owner ops here, and yeah, you make a little bit more than me because you do better running and whatever. No, 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 no. This is fucking night and day. Coach is making. I'm from the old school, right? The new old school, right? We start paper logs and shit, right? Motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you something. When I started at Schneider National, right? Well, I really started at Werner and fucking did like 2 weeks there, and like I said, fuck this shit. Went to Schneider. They started me at 43 cents a mile in 2012, plus stop pay, unload pay, and some other fucking pay. I don't fucking know. Damn near, if you add it up, about 50 cents maybe a mile. I didn't get a whole bunch of miles, but back then I was doing like 1,400 a week take home, W2, 1,500 good weeks, doing J.C. Penney, pulling off clothes off a rack, home every night. And here you go, the coach, grown ass man, been in the game since the 90s. He's 99, that's the 90s. Still fucking around. No offense, Joey. I mean, no offense to you. You're doing good. You know? But Jason thinks you're stupid. Jason should have known something was up when his best friend, the, uh, the pedophile, I'm going to say it, the pedophile, didn't go with him. You know? He should have known something was up because that guy knows some math. He comes from a rich family, I hear. So he knew how to do some math. And somebody must have broken it down for him. He's not stupid, right? Like, hell no. Hey, what? That's what the contract says? Fuck that. Yeah, you do you. I'm good over here. I'm going to have this truck in 18 months. Right? A pedophile, not a pedophile. GW, not a pedophile. That's completely different. A pedophile, somebody that likes prepubescent children, was smarter than the honorable and all integrity having, silver star wearing fucking, Marine Corps peacetime hardcore motherfucker. He's getting outdone by a pedophile. Like, we can't make this up. This is real. This stuff really exists. Yes, he does have PTSD, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's what's going on. So if he has PTSD and that's why his brain is fucking scrambled, you know, he needs. That's why I keep telling people that obviously the drugs ain't working. You gotta get off the drugs, Jason, because they got your fucking brain fucked up. You're a man. You're not supposed to be. I can't say it because then you get channels pulled down. You're not supposed to be servicing with your lips on the shaft of the two owners. You're not supposed to do that as a man. Okay? And Joey, I don't know if he called you stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying that you are the ultimate troll on here and you are doing better than Jason Pope. You're taking shits in the fucking truck and Jason Pope is losing. Like when Chase Andrew leasing and losing, like he's not even leasing, he's just losing. He's just losing and losing. Yeah. Yeah. You're just a loser. And everybody knows it. His wife knows it. Caden knows it. Caden Jr. knows it. The guy got this fucking sucker. I bet you everybody on that Ghost Fleet shit is just like, I ain't fucking renting or leasing or nothing like that. And if so, that ain't gonna be the contract. Oh yeah, we don't want you to go. You're a good driver. You know, they identify the good drivers and they give them deals like DJ King. But Jason ain't a good driver. He hasn't even driven the truck for 15 fucking days. Well, maybe now he has because we're at like the ninth now, right? And I guess he went back to work yesterday, right? Fucking Wednesday. He got a full day in. Yeah, I am not taking my next left on the baseline fucking boulevard. That seems fucking retarded. I'm going straight. Yeah. Nope. Negative. Yeah, truck route. Stay on 171. Good. That's something. I remember coming up this way, so. Uh, yep. Everybody is doing better than the coach. He could go back. I don't know nothing about EMR and 80 cents and all this other stuff. I'm not saying that his pay is bad. I'm just saying it's not what he says it is, right? And here's the thing: if you're gonna get the truck, if you're gonna get a truck, right, and you're gonna get a truck through a company, your take home is probably gonna be less than somebody that doesn't do that, right? That's just a fact, right? Because you're paying the people, you're paying them, so they're gonna, you know, yeah. I mean, you're lucky you're making a check at all. Because let's say you get 65 cents and you want to go buy a truck, well, it's going to cost you money out of that 65 cents, probably more than you'll probably, end up having 23 cents per week, you know, if you did it on your own or whatever. Does that make sense? I don't know the actual number. I'm just making it up. I'm making it up, right? So maybe 58 cents is a better deal if you're going to get the truck. But look at how they do it. They set you up. Instead of just saying no guarantee, no nothing, what you earn is what you get. No, they got you in the situation where you're negative and they keep track of all that, right? And it doesn't seem like you're negative because you're positive, but they're giving you more than what you've actually earned. So you have to pay that the fuck back. It's not free. It's not a bonus. It's just a guarantee, and you're making less than that guarantee. So you're gonna have to pay it back. And how do you do that? You have to spend more time here. You can't have the fucking title after 22 months. That's why nobody has the title after 22 months. Whereas, how did it take 6 years? That's why. And they didn't even have the guarantee like that. Now it's in a guaranteed 2,000, and if you do it perfect, for 22 months, you're in the negative anywhere between 22 and $33,000 that you owe the company just on the money that they gave you basically as an advance every week for 95, 96 weeks. $250. Do $250 times 96. What is that, $25,000 or something like that? Almost. You know, 25% of 100 would be 25. So yeah, about just under $25,000. And quite honestly, it's probably closer to $300 a week that they give you extra. So that's your $30,000, 25 to $30,000 that you owe the company after you complete the 22 weeks. That's where we're at, folks. And I'm not smart. Like at all. I do know basic arithmetic. I know how to work at, what's that called, an abacus? I can count numbers. Not good at it. I'm not good at it. Math is not my strong point. Right? But it's also not so fucking weak that I'm going to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Promote something like that. Again, I'm not saying it's bad to work for it. You're getting something out of it. So give or take. But to go on the internet and be like, yeah, this is shit, and then have your OnlyFans models fucking promoting you, he's gonna have to pay for those OnlyFans models. Plus, he's paying for fucking ads to spread the message on Facebook, right? That's a cost. If you take your entire life, right? You're supposed to take your entire life, your house bills, your light, I guess that's your house bills, all your house bills, your life. You break it down per mile. That motherfucker's in the negative. There's no way that his life costs 50 cents a mile or 58 cents a mile. It's got to be more than that. So if you're profiting, truly profiting 10 cents a mile, right? 20 cents a mile, after all of your expenses to pay, your phone bill, your house bill, your car note, all your bills, you're making 20 cents a mile? What is that number, people? Your taxes, you're still at the 20 cents, right? Per mile. Profit after your entire life is paid for. Your entire life. What is that? 100,000 miles, that would be $20,000. In the bank. After 5 years, it'd be 100K. But it's probably going to be, you're going to go over 120. So you're probably going to be like 30, 40 clear. Saved. People want to know how to get into you got to start thinking like that. Not how much you actually make. How much do you save after everything? See, that's the difference between truck drivers, man. You got to put your entire life into that rate. Your food, figure out how much you spend a year on food, $10,000, whatever the fuck it is, and figure out how much that's going to cost you per mile. All of your bills, every single bill, your entire life. Now you can base what you want to make. You know? If your entire life costs 30 cents a mile and you're making 65 cents, well, there you go, 35 cents profit. for you per mile. You know, you're looking at 40, 50,000, whatever you run. I mean, if you ran, you know, 150,000 miles, you know, if you did 200,000 miles in a year, what is that, $60,000 saved after everything is paid for? You're winning. You're like way above 99% of the people because they don't think like that. It's not complicated, but we make it complicated. So I don't know coaches' home bills, but you're telling me that I guess 5 cents a mile profit is after everything is paid, it's still good. You're still winning. But I can't imagine the way he runs that's even a thing. That's not a fucking thing. It doesn't exist. It's not happening. That's why people need to take the third exit. Okay. I ain't doing that. I'm going this way. I'm going the way I came. I ain't taking no third exit. Fuck out of here. Traffic circles. I'm just going the way I came, bro. I put the link up, guys, if you want to come in here and chat. But I was just sitting there and like I was reading the coach's stuff and I was looking at that settlement and I'm like, wait a second. He's mad at the settlement because even though it's quote unquote fake, it's better than what he makes. That settlement is better than what the coach makes. Maybe not DJ King and all these other guys. I don't know, you know, because they actually drive the truck. Right? They're out there actually driving the truck. That's another thing that we're not looking at. All right? Coach is like way behind. Right? Coach is that kid that, like, you know, at the end of fucking third grade, you know, you started fourth grade and then you saw them still in the like same area as the third grade the next year. That's coach. He's way behind. Right? I mean, the coach could come in here and challenge it, but he put the number out there, and we know the basic deductions. We're not even going all the way into all the deductions, right? Remember, you got to add in other things. You got the embroidery machine. You got this fucking T-shirts that he's buying. You know, his entire life. The fucking gazebo, that's never gonna get paid off at fucking Hurricane. You have to work there 10 fucking years, making a penny a mile. But right now, he owes Caden $300 every week because Caden keeps giving him $300 extra. They're like, yo, Caden, I don't want your $300 fucking dollars every fucking week, man. Stop giving me $300. I'm good with my $1,700. The guy with the bulletproof vest told you not to take the fucking the guaranteed pay because he said this is how it works. They aggregate that shit up. You have no clue because these fuckheads are so stupid that they'll get their $2,001 check and not be like, you know what? I only ran this many miles, and these are the actual deductions, and this is how much I spent in fuel. Oh shit! I really only made $16.96, and they won't see how much they actually owe the company. Now, unless Cater Jr. changes it to a bonus, because you hit all these parameters, this is a bonus. Every week you get a bonus, that will bring you up to $2,000. There you go. Good job. Okay, now you don't owe them that money. Now the 22 months is real. But as of right now, that's not the case. That's not how it fucking works. It works in a way that doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, it makes perfect sense. I'm sorry. It makes perfect sense if you're the owner of the company and if you're okay with that situation. It makes sense. And obviously the coach is okay with it. But I don't agree with promoting it as if, because maybe the coach is aware. Maybe the coach is, maybe the coach is so cheap, that he only needs, 42 cents a mile to be successful. Maybe that's the case. And maybe all that is true. But the people he's talking to might not know that. A lot of people that go to that company is desperate for a particular truck, like Insane Nation. He wanted that truck. He wanted that to look cool. He would do anything for it. I guarantee you that kid or that young man, he's a lot younger than Jason. I'll say that. Is a way better driver than Jason. I don't mean he's a way better, like, he handles the truck better. I mean, like, he's fucking driving every day. He doesn't make excuses. He's not fucking, oh, the APU is out. That guy drove the truck with a broken, like, fucking pipe. Fucking duct tape that motherfucker, went and delivered the load. They gave him a loaner truck, and he did it. See? Already better than Jason. And he was in the fucking negative. What's up, Terry? I miss you. Thought about you last night. Hope you thought about me too. Yeah, Windsor, click the fucking link, dude. Exactly. If you earn 100 and spend 99, you're still winning. I have a friend, Alex, who's at Landstar, who's winning at Landstar. Um, we always talk about that. If you make one penny, you're winning. You're winning in life. If you make one penny after all your life expenses are paid for and everything like that, you are winning. You're winning like you're you're winning like big time. You know, because a lot of people are operating through life in a negative. Even if they have a regular job, they go pay. They get their check weekly, but their fucking household expenses and everything is just way too much. Um, I'm going through a roundabout. Um, you're beating those guys. So, like I said, I don't know the coach's position, but it is kind of funny that he talks like this is the shit and he's getting paid like little. That fuckhead, Caden Senior is paying the drivers slave wages. When I went to Super Ego for 3 days, right? Yes, I did. I was gonna give him a 5,000. I didn't give it to him, thank God. Didn't do all that, right? You know what these motherfuckers told me? We can get an African. I think I said it in here before. An African to drive the truck for 50 to 60 cents per mile. for you. You got to pay us. It was like 1,200 for to get the driver or whatever. You know, all that type of deal, right? So they did. That was super ego. Talking about Africans, those non-domicile motherfuckers and shit. Yeah, they're willing to work for that. And don't get it twisted. There's companies out here like Sun State. They pay 45 cents a mile plus per diem. You might end up making 60 cents a mile, maybe less, 56 cents a mile, depending what per diem is, and depending if you have extra stops and stuff. And people work there. I've even worked there in the past. That's how I know. That's how I know. You know, that company was cool because I was home every weekend. It was also years ago, so I mean the prices are different now. But you get what I'm saying. It's okay to work for what he's working for, but don't fucking act like you're the king dick around here because you're not. Your truck fucking sucks. Sorry, coach. Your truck fucking sucks. And that guy that checks all the facts, Josh, pointed out that your fucking lights don't even match. You're looking real fucking silly out here. Oh, this is Kentucky blue. No, this is regular fucking blue, bro. Ain't no Kentucky blue. I got my truck painted in Kentucky blue. Well, what is their mascot? A chicken? A cock? I know South Carolina's the Gamecocks, but I'm saying isn't fucking Kentucky something like that too? What is Kentucky? Oh, you're doing something. Okay. Now that's funny, DJ. That's funny. That is. I personally would never block Terry. I would never cock block her. I would just never block her. I'd lift her up. You know, she needed a boost. I got my knee out to help boost her, and I'm gonna be a pervert and touch her butt at the same time. Because I'm nasty like that. Like, you got to get up there. Okay, coach, your truck sucks. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. I know I'm a hater because I don't have fucking lights every fucking where. No, I did have the Lone Star. I had chicken lights. Uh, I had some lights before it was cool, like inside the engine bay, so it lit up. The grill was lit up. Yep, 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 yep. And that was before that was like really even a thing. Mhm. Yep, yep. About to get on this highway. It's my way, you're the highway. Uh, 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 okay. Which way am I supposed to go? I gotta go towards 49. It doesn't look like 49. Yeah, they're both 49. That's what sucks. I can't. They're both 49 south. Oh my god. One's the business though, and one's not. So I think I gotta go business. I don't want to go to Joplin. Yep, 49 business. Wait. What? Hang on, I gotta look at my map real quick. I make sure I'm going the right way, folks. That's not the way. All right, I'm gonna go my way. I'm gonna go 49 business. I don't want to go I-44 through Missouri. I want to drop down to Arkansas and go all the way to Memphis, then go to 22. That's what I want to do. I don't give a fuck what the GPS is telling me. I keep it gangster. I know my way around this bitch. Don't fuck around. Get it right, Tony. I don't fuck around with the help. Fuck around with the GPS. We just use it for maps and reference. We make our own fucking way. Yo, if I go the other way, I gotta go through like 15 fucking scales. I'm good. I go this way, I have one scale that might be open. Like, fuck out of here. Oh no, it's a whole 20 minutes slower. But you know what? If I go that other way, it's a lot of back roads too, so it's fucking not slower. Uh, DJ, hop up on the panel, man. Oh, everybody got their Jason Pope information. Yes, Jason Pope's truck actually sucks. It really does. I mean, it's a good money maker, but it's unnecessary, right? It's unnecessary. He can, like, we keep saying it over and over again. He could have taken his fucking little bit of 5,000, whatever, and gone to LRF or gone to fucking Lone Mountain. Lone Mountain's a little bit difficult. You gotta have like paperwork and shit. And like I said before, I'm not telling people to forge the paperwork, but ask the questions. Hey, what's the cutouts you want to see? What's the bank stuff you want to see? What's the tax information you want to see? Y'all motherfuckers act like you don't have fucking skills. I'm just saying, you act like you don't have skills to make a paper look the way you need it to look. How do you think Donald Trump got those bank loans that they were fucking saying that he forged? Like, come on! Yo, you're an American. We don't play by the rules. Okay? You got to break them a little bit. Get that ball moving in your favor, or else it's just never going to do it because there's too many people going the opposite way. Yeah, I know. Jesus doesn't want you to do that, right? But Jesus be cheating too. Jesus got all sorts of fucking power. He can bring people back. He can bring himself back from the dead. That's a cheat code right there. It's not fair. It's not. You can't do that. So I don't want to hear no fucking boo hoo shit. You got one life. You got one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. Are you gonna do it or just let it go? You know, there's vomit on your sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. I know you keep on forgetting. You know, like it's just a thing. So you're telling me you're not gonna go to LRM? Give him $7,000? Get a truck with 500,000 miles on it and make that shit work? Stretch that into the 30,000? You know what's cool about LRM? You can bring the truck back. Yeah, you don't want to pay on it no more? You can bring it back. Guess what? I got 30,000. Now I can go get a cash truck and have money to actually work on it or start your authority or whatever the fuck you want to do. It's a foot in the door. There's a motherfucker here saying, here, give me your money. You don't have to finish the fucking shit. Don't leave him hanging though. But you don't have to finish it. You don't have to pay the $70,000 on a fucking 4 or 5 year old truck. You're just getting into it. Then you're gonna go to INS or wherever the fuck Joey's at. You're gonna get fucking 90%, and you're gonna go get yourself a cash truck. You're gonna drive that truck for 90 days. Yeah, you better have a couple dollars in case the radiator blows up or something like that. You know, you might need the force regen key. You know, something like that. Because Joey said that they watching you. I don't know how they seen that if you delete the bitch. I don't know how they know that, but you know, so just be careful. But you're in and out. That's one option. That guy I told you that's winning, he went a different option. His truck payment is astronomical. Like, I've never seen a truck payment that much. It's like $5,000 a month. But I mean, it's paid off in like 11 months, right? And he's making it work. Okay, interstate. No, I'm gonna go down this way. Fuck West Central Avenue. Like this thing doesn't get it that I'm going my own way. Do what you have to do, people. Do what you have to do. And if you have to save 50 cents a mile at Coach's Company, do it. But I guarantee you don't have to do it. You want to look cool, you want to do all that, more power to you. You want a 389 and you don't have paper to get into it, well, that's a way, but just understand what it means. I hope your wife works. And I hope your wife doesn't have your balls in one of those cages. I mean, that might be fun, but I'm talking about like for real, like because you're a bitch, not because you're like kinky or something like that. You know, one of those. What do they call a chastity cage? Yeah, you don't want to be in one of those. Not on purpose. You don't want that because then you don't have the power. When you do it on purpose, you still have the power. You're allowing it to happen, right? That's how that works. If you didn't know, okay, giving you the game. Your wife can make more money than you and still respect you as a man. But not if you're acting like Jason Pope. This guy sat there on his birthday and didn't have his wife say a fucking word the entire time that he let another woman record him and waste his fucking time. How is Ruthie G, by the way? Does anybody know? Lady in the Night. The Lady in Red. Go up to this truck stop, fuel up, stop there, get out the truck and go take a shower. And I know this truck stops there because I was already there and I took a shower. Well, I took a shit. Yeah. There you go, Ashley. That's how you do that. Yeah. They got the towels right there. You can just wash yourself off real quick. And you feel really nice. But then when you have time, you can go take a real fucking shower with your shower stuff. Get yourself some shower shoes. I mean, you guys should be stopping at the fucking Planet Fitness. You know, if you don't want to walk around out in public, I get it. Walk on that treadmill. Sit down on that fucking the sit down bike. I forget what it's called, and you fucking pedal that motherfucker. Do that. Do that for 45 minutes. Go take a shower. And get the fuck out of there and back on the road. You can let Joey stay in the truck and fucking sleep or something while you get it in. Or you guys could do it together. That would be really good. You got to get moving, Ashley. You gotta get moving. You don't want to be out here like we've seen it. Joey will tell you about the drivers that we've seen die because they're fat. Drivers are really out here dying just because they're fat and they don't move. Okay? I know you're young, you're not feeling it, but guess what? The less you move, the more you're going to feel it. This thing still wants me to go I-44, and I'm not doing it. Going 49. So if you're on I-49, holla at me. Big country. What's up, Riley Martin? Big Country. Yeah, that's a good example. That's a good example. Go look at Big Country. I'm not talking about his eye. We don't know how that. There's a lot of things that could happen. Forrest Whitaker got an eye like that. A lot of. I'm not talking about his eye, right? It just adds to the fucking shit. But this motherfucker was in the back of the trailer touching boxes, and his hands looked like they were about to explode because his heart was pumping so hard. That's why your hands and feet swell up. It's not just edema; it's that your blood the blood has to get through the piece of your body, right? And that motherfucker ain't on no fucking uh that motherfucker ain't on no I think I went the right way. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Like I said, I make out my own way as I'm going. Trying to get around these scales, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with the police. I do everything I can in my power to avoid them. Plus, Nart told me earlier he was going to call all the DOT on me, so I have to go around all the scales. That's a joke, by the way. That never happened. Yo, I really cannot believe that fucking not Joey, fucking coach, the truckers coach, is making 50 something cents a mile and bragging about it. I do want to thank all of you for rocking with me, though. Yeah, I'm going the right way. It just wants me to go a different way still. And I don't know why. I just wish I knew more of the deductions. And nobody really knows the deductions because Insane Nation's contract is fucking old news now. It doesn't even exist, right? So it's like impossible to really know what is going on. This load is due tomorrow around 2 p.m. Tomorrow is what? Uh, Friday. I get paid on Friday. Tomorrow's payday. I need to get to a place where I can get paid every day. If I just save up more money, I could do it myself. But you know, I have high overhead, right? So that might not be the best move. at this particular time. But I'll tell you what's definitely not the best move is going to fucking wherever the fuck Hurricane Express, Fort Smith. Not taking exit 13 for Creedmoor Avenue. It wants me to do a U-turn and head north. Like, fuck out of here. Headed south. Like I said, I already know. I already know I want to go around Scales because once I get into Arkansas, there's literally like one scale that might be open. Uh, Mississippi is most likely going to be closed. Oh, some trucker fucking drove into the. Hope that's not Ashley. It is a truck that says Globe Transportation. It's in the middle. Yeah, that's one thing about Missouri. It doesn't matter what time of year, it's just going to be trucks in the middle. It doesn't matter. It's forever like that there. You know? And they're fucking everything up. It's probably some dickhead on his phone. Speaking of dickheads on their phone, who saw the new Tim Gentry video? That motherfucker was like, ooh, Elite's not around. So he fucking got right back on his phone. Crazy, right? All holding his phone while driving a giant boat on the back of a escorted fucking load. It's like, what the fuck? And this is the number one trucker in the game? Like, bro, put a fucking, like a fucking POV camera on. Like a Ordro. It's a good camera. I want to order. I have one, but uh, one of the pieces broke on it. Is this where the Loves is? Welcome to Loves. Uh, no, it's not where the Loves is. It's where the QTs. You know, if I go to 4 states, I can use code FSC10 and get 10% off all the chrome shit that I need to put on the truck. Put all that chrome shit on the truck. Should I put that shit on a Cascadia? Just fucking dope out. I'm gonna go get the Cascadia wrapped. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend $10,000 on getting the Cascadia wrapped. Probably doesn't cost that much because I remember that dude Loshan had his own face on the side of one. Like, hey, hey, like what the fuck? That was funny. uh, Oh man, guys. Hopefully, I think I'm close to the loves. Hopefully, there's parking. Hopefully, there's enough parking where I can go fuel first, then go take a shower. That would be ideal. But when I get to the loves, if there's parking, I'm gonna shut this down, fuel up, and shut it down. But I don't know what's ahead. We'll see. We will see. I mean, it's only 4:30. By the time I get there, it'll be almost 5. This low is not due until 2 o'clock tomorrow at Walmart, 2:15. So I can't even go there too early. So I'll be able to sleep. Oh yeah, I got that load on time. Early. I was actually early. Uh, and I sat on their parking lot for a little while though. They did they send you the bills later bullshit. I don't fully trust that from Walmart, but I haven't been burned on them yet. So it doesn't matter. I got my POD sent it in. Now I got a heavy load. It's not particularly heavy. I'm like 73 some change right now. So it's not heavy. It's just heavier than what I usually carry. But it's not too bad. Hopefully I don't have any tires explode or anything like that. I hope I can get something good for the week. I don't want to go to the Northeast and I'm gonna be in Alabama. It's like where do I go from there? Where do I go from Alabama? Fucking Bama, right? And it's gonna pay good. I want to make like have like a 3,500, 4,000 weekend. I gotta go to the Northeast. Got to. I ain't going to the Northwest. Fuck that. I'm definitely not going. I'm not going out to Cali, even though my girlfriend's out there. No, she'll be all right. I don't even know how old she is, but she's had all these years without me so far. She'll be all right. I guess I could go to Texas. Go Alabama next day delivery maybe. Pick up on a Saturday from somewhere. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. I really don't know. That doesn't seem like it makes too much sense to me. You know? Maybe. I don't fucking know. Don't listen to me. I'm retarded. I already said that. I'm a reread. Friday. Yup. 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 Friday. It, I just don't know where I want to. Like, Alabama is a weird place. 'Cause you can get loads to go anywhere. I'm in drive-in, so like if I was doing flatbed, it would be much better because I can get fucking steel out of Alabama. And I could take it to like Florida for like 5,000, 4,000. You know, but drive in, you can't really do that. So I really don't know. I was supposed to get this reefer trailer, but nobody's really said anything about it. Maybe it hasn't come yet. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Do I even really want it? It's another headache. It's a thing that I will be responsible for. I don't know. This trailer, I'm not really. You know, I just call them up. They get tires fixed. I mean, like, what else can fucking break on it? I guess cross members and shit like that. But I've only had that happen in a reefer trailer. And then the company wanted me to drive it like that. Like, oh, it's good to have. You can only if you have you can't have more than two broken. No, motherfucker, that's not what the rule says. The law says you can have none broken. I don't give a fuck what you say. So they had some other driver come do it, pull it illegally. Yeah. All right, cool. What does it say? No cracks, no welds. That's what it says in the law. No cracks, no welds. Well, if it's broken in half, that's a fucking crack. Two to three of them. That motherfucker fell right on top of the fuel lines too for the reefer. Good thing I was pulling 18 speed at that time. You and this goddamn watermelon. I get it. I'm black, right? Like I get it. Get it. Watermelon. I don't want to go to New York. I just said I don't want to go to the Northeast. I don't want to do that. Why do I not want to do that? Because once you get past a certain point, there's nowhere to fucking park. Then you find somewhere to park. There's no showers because it's fucking whatever, and possibly no bathrooms. So I am good on doing that. I don't feel like going up there. I've been going up there. I don't want to do it. It's fucking boring. I'm not even worried about the tolls. I just don't want to fucking. No, I want a fucking truck stop I have points at. I want a truck stop, period. You get up to fucking Massachusetts, Vermont. Like, who goes to Vermont? There's nothing there. And then you're there for the weekend. So you got to spend a lot of time just sitting around. I'm good. Maybe if I was still smoking weed, it'd be all right because I can go, get down on some blunts or something. But they fucking drug test you. You can't do that. Plus, I fucking freak out. I haven't had weed in like 5 years, maybe 4 years. 2020, it's 2026. Yeah, it's like 5 years. Yours is loves. And I got a little bit of room on my trailer to slide the tandems a little bit more. I know I should have fucking did a video for Ashley on how to slide your tandem. Come on. Well, maybe because you bought the cheapest glasses you can get. somebody I know bought those camera glasses or whatever, and they went to Colombia and just sent me a video. I haven't seen it yet, but they're like, oh, these glasses kind of suck. Honestly, they're good enough. And it's like, yeah, but you got the glasses for like $15 off of Etsy or some shit. Like, of course they're gonna suck. Those are not. Those are not like fucking Google glasses. I gotta enter here to this logs. Yeah, see, I wasn't wrong. 448. That's a 450 about. We can't tell if Caden gives a discount or not. We don't fucking know. Yeah, there's some parking spots here, so I'm gonna fill up. And I'm gonna go take a nice shower. Well, I gotta check first because if there's too many, motherfuckers waiting, I ain't waiting. But there's not many people here, so there can't be that many people waiting. They got like 8 showers. Like I said, I was here earlier. Shit. Yeah, everybody. The coach is getting paid 50 cents a mile. Hey, yo, I'm not trying to laugh at how much the coach gets paid, but it's just fucking funny that he's promoting it so heavy. That's what's up, Flip. Anytime, Flip. Anytime. You know, like that's what I'm saying. If somebody like that's what I'm saying to Josh. Like if you think that of me, like you should have been said that, and then we know where each other stand, and that's fine, right? I could bitch about it then, but I know where you stand. Don't just be rocking with me and like So like me and Joey, we got words all the time, right in the background. But we know where each other stand. We don't like we fuck with each other, but we don't fuck with each other, right? Like yeah, there's always gonna be something. But that doesn't mean I can't be nice. Doesn't mean that I can't look out for somebody and shit like that, and he can't look out for me. Like Joey was telling me about fucking like hot dog stands and shit, right? You know, so like just motivation. Try to motivate each other. What's up, Billy Bob? No, I'm not going to Illinois, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't train actually, because I don't need people not liking me for. I don't think I would be a good trainer to anybody. I really don't think I would be a good trainer to any fucking body. Like I'm a pretty shitty person, you know. Like not with truck. I don't think I could train somebody in trucking, right? I could say, hey man, look at this, or and let you make your own decision. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could train Ashley. She's been pretty mean to me in the past. Like y'all don't even know. So I think it would be weird. Like it'd be very weird. Yeah, you need the fucking Ray Bans. See, there you go. Yes. Let me see this. Yeah, you need fucking. That's great, Atlanta, that you're getting $80 for your fucking watermelon load. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm happy for you. Yeah, fucking the coach is getting 50 cents a fucking mile. Let's see how many showers. My bad, y'all. I had to set up the what you call it, the fuel. Takes a couple seconds. Might pop the hood. Fill up this fuel. All right. Everything's looking clean under here. I might have to put a little bit of coolant in. I never topped it off. Let's clean the windshield. I don't feel like climbing up there right now to get it sparkling clean. That's how I normally do it. Climb up. Really, I gotta clean the inside of the windshield more than the outside. But after I park, shut the light down, go take a shower. Maybe I'll do a part two later because I think I'm gonna bang out like 5 hours tonight. Maybe, I don't know. Depends how I feel. Maybe I'll just stay here. I don't know. I gotta get down the road a little bit. Keep touching my truck with gloves. Then I get everything fucked up. No, I can't wait a week to shower. No way. No way. That's way too long. Oh, I forgot I'm getting deaf too. Fuck. And I already took a shower today. That was the I gotta take a shit shower. So it wasn't the official hygiene reset. You know what I'm saying? I think that's enough fuel. It's pretty much the same way all the way, same price all the way down. Upper threes, lower fours. And I probably won't even need it. I'm gonna drive 55 miles per hour and get 10 miles to the gallon. I'm gonna do. Bottom line is, I don't want to see anybody fucked up out here trucking. I know how it gets when I'm fucked up. My life is pretty much set up. Like I gotta work, but it's set up to grow. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. DJ, you the guy that remembers the food. That's big country status. Don't do that. Don't do that. 2026, we ain't doing that. Oh yeah, that one has the Sonic in it. Fuck that. I think all the showers are gonna be full by the time I'm done. Everybody's parking. Yep. Either way, I'll sit for a few minutes. I don't care. All right, so I'm filling up DEF right now. And it's 488.9. So if you do that like twice a week, I'm at 10 gallons right now. I can't wait till this shit gets deleted. But it's not because of the fuel price or whatever. It's annoying. All right, so 65 bucks, and I can put more in too, but I'm not. 65 bucks, you do that twice a week. It's $130 added on to the price we were talking about. So were we right? Like 3 cents, maybe 3 cents, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. The AC on, it's fucking hot, bro. I probably got a lot of points right now. But I don't have no points. Never save up points. So park real quick. This would be a good parking lot for Ashley to practice in, though. Because she could do both, blind side and side, straight back, all the different type of. Go ahead. I'm doing like a U-turn in the thing. But shucks. Behind me. Joey, you gotta knock it out the box. You said twice a day, nigga. Twice a day. You stunting. But that working, player. You wanna hold on the money, you gotta knock it down. Or you gotta give up the money, one of the two. Those are the options. Let's see if there's a shower over there. Sure do. Joey would like that shit. I, for some reason, my bag got dropped a bunch of eggshells. I didn't know that they were under there. You hear that? Let's keep my shit clean, man. Keep my shit clean. That's what you gotta have out here. Can't be fucking around in these streets. Right here. See. See. Ready to go take a shower, y'all. a shit bucket. Yo, that's crazy. I looked at one of those on Amazon before. You know, like I found out how you could do a shower, a portable shower, heated portable shower, right? And I was just like, I went through a phase where I had like 4 or 5 people hit my truck at a truck stop, and I was like, I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done. Why are people hitting my fucking truck all the time? My position is one. While I was sitting there, there was like 4 spots or 4 showers of them. Let's recap real quick before the shower becomes a bed. All right, got to know. All right, these are the numbers that we know about. Okay, truck payment is 31.5 cents per month. Fuel is about 65, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. It's about, we include the maintenance automatic 10 cents a mile. APU is $100 a week, or 0.0233, so 2 cents. And escrow is 3 cents, 0.033. All together, everything. Oh yeah, IFTA, 1 cent. Altogether, everything is $1.13. You say you get paid $1.72. Do $1.72 minus $1.13, you get 58. Almost 59, because I got point. Like I got 1313, so that's 58.8 cents. So it's really, we just do those numbers, 59 cents. And that's just on the stuff we know about. So Coach said he was going to go to Chicago or something and drive for a year or two, save up money for a cash truck. And he coined a phrase, don't lease from the hand that feeds you. He said that. I just said I didn't include some. What I did not include insurance. I didn't include that. You're right, because Caden Jr. said that 945 includes everything. So you're right. On the other trucks, it's a whole different game. Right? And I didn't put depreciation, which would be an additional 10 cents, but they said they're not doing depreciation on the 5 So Coach is working less than 60 cents a mile and promoting it like it's the shit. But, Joey, what's up, Joey?
What up? What up?
I can't hear you if you talk.
What's going on? You can't hear me?
Put the one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you can hear Joey. I can't.
How about now?
Be me.
Is that better or no?
But everything is hooked up.
The truck back.
Okay, now I can hear you. Oh my, damn! I was talking through the truck speakers. You there, Joey? No, you just left. Yeah, 3. So y'all heard me, but I was probably sounding crazy, right? Yeah, I didn't include the insurance. I didn't include a lot of things. So I hope you enjoyed the Kentucky math. Well, Winter, I don't know how many he did 432 miles on average for that thing we saw. So I'm gonna do the numbers real quick. 432 times 7 is 3,024 miles. So I mean, he could, right? I don't know, but my shower just came up, folks. So I'm gonna sign off. I want y'all to grind hard, hustle hard, know your worth, know your potential, never settle. I really mean that. Joey he just testified to that, that even though we be trolling and all that shit, like in the background, I be like trying to motivate people on the real. Like that's really my thing. 'Cause I'm trying to motivate myself too, and nobody's gonna help me out. So I try to help out as many people as I can, just with the mindset. The mindset, right? That's it. Just the mindset. I don't got money to give people. I don't got nothing like that. But you know what? This trucking shit is hard. It's hard, and it's hard on your mind. That's what it's really hard on. You could be real fucked up out here, and just mentally fucked up. I mean, we could lose focus. We could get real fucked up, depressed. You know, Motherfuckers try to kill themselves or something like that. A lot of shit. Remember Helen Jones? Helen Jones did suicide by cop. Suicide by cop, truck driver. Suicide by cop. Um, and that's after she was on I-65 saying that she was kidnapped and then drove the truck off the road. And they still let her drive a truck. And there was nobody in the truck with her. So, I mean, it's real out here, y'all. Always remember that. So even though I be trolling people, I want the best for Coach. I want him to get mental health. I want him to be, better than what he puts himself in this box. That's what you don't understand. He puts himself in a box, and I think that we're all better than that, including myself. So I'm just always sticking to the code, man. Sticking to the code, sticking on my carnivore. I mean, that ain't really part of it. That's just what I'm doing right now. If I have a potato or something like that, that's a part of it, but it's still gonna be really processed. So I hope y'all have a good day. If I don't come back on here, I might. I don't know. We'll see. Peace.